Hey, welcome to Cod Vision. This is a place where veterans get to tell their stories. Our sponsor supporters and volunteers also get to tell theirs. It's Veterans Day 2025. I'm with my co-host JB Brown, world-renowned chef.
Hey, Aaron, how you doing today?
Great to have you, brother.
And happy Veterans Day to you and all our veterans out there listening.
Definitely happy Veterans Day. This is definitely a time to celebrate our service, suffering, and all the things that go in between.
Yeah, that make us veterans.
That's
right.
It. That's right. There's a lot of veterans out there. Matter of fact, 1% or 2% of the population is veterans, if I'm not mistaken. It's right around that point.
July 17th of 1969, I signed on the dotted line and gave my life to the military.
Yeah,
and to my country.
Nice, 1969. Wow, I did it. I did it in 91. And be a tie and still be, usually Veterans Day is a day off for me, but today's Tuesday, so it's podcast, which is great, and it's great to be here in the studio. I've been sick for the last 2 weeks, doing it from home, and you've been at home, but it did cause you to get some new technology to be involved. But Veterans Day,
when did it start?
It started World War I. Finished, on the 11th day, the 11th hour of the 11th month. And it was really supposed to be the end of all wars.
Yes.
It was, at the time, they thought that would be the end of all wars. They were stepping into a modern era, and diplomacy, modern systems were diplomatic work or more looks like we're frozen. We didn't start a little bit ago because we had some problems with our internet, but so it's getting a little choppy. But 1994 was when
declared Veterans Day.
And we've been celebrating it ever since with lots of parades. This is a chance to celebrate our service in front of the public, and it's the public's chance to kind of celebrate with us, and they do in a lot of ways.
74 years.
74 years. Wow.
We've been celebrating, if my math is correct.
Oh wow. Yeah, you actually got to see it become Veterans Day.
I'm not that old yet, but I'm in there.
Yeah, you signed up in 1969, but I know I wasn't around until 19.
Yep.
But this is Veterans Day. It's a good time to just celebrate, have some time. I know, there's a lot of great things out there. There's a lot of, this is a lot of time for our veterans to celebrate, do a really good, a lot of good things. Yesterday was the Marine Corps birthday.
Yes.
250th birthday of the Marine Corps. I got to go celebrate the cake cutting ceremony at the Leatherneck Club right here in Las Vegas.
Yep.
It was an expensive birthday for me because, parking was tight. It was just a huge birthday celebration. And as I parked in what I thought was a reasonable place to park and a safe and and a very legal place to park from what I was looking at, my vehicle was towed, and I'm working on some legalities to that. And I had to go get that at $487 or something right around there. So I'll be working on fighting that with regards to what the parameters of that. I wasn't the only veteran that had to deal with that. So a lot of really weird scenario type stuff that came up with that. But that kind of put a damper on my fun weekend of celebrating this holiday. But it's great to be here with you. And and where are we? We're at the VTRC, the Veterans Transition Resource Center studio.
And first time in about 3 weeks that we've been here. So we're trying to get through stitches, but by next week we will be up pretty much 99.9%, which is great. Yeah, and today is Veterans Day. A lot of people are recognizing that. My wife and I are going to go out to dinner at the South Point. The buffet is free for all veterans and their spouses. So they do almost 20,000 people today, 15 to 20,000 for meals for veterans. So the place is pretty packed, but they do a great job, and we love the food there. And it's kind of nice to get a freebie, to be recognized. Let's put it that way.
Definitely. I mean, you talked me into it last time, well, for Memorial Day, and I went over to South Point and did that. I don't know if I'm going to do it today, but
Okay.
it was about a 40-minute wait. They do a phenomenal job. They're pushing a lot of food there, and they're just making a
Yeah, they have
spectacular.
a great team there.
Yeah,
And
great team, spectacular environment,
yep.
and just a really pleasant experience for sure. So South Point, if you can get out there to that as a veteran, that's going to be an amazing experience too.
And there's a lot of places that give veterans lunch meal day here in Las Vegas be recognized. When Vietnam was wrapping up, you know, veterans came home and were not recognized whatsoever. And in fact, they were called all sorts of names, not to even mention any of them. But, you know, it's tough to fight for your country and give all of that and then come home and be treated that way. And it was just the times, we go through different times here in America, and now we're recognizing a lot of things that we didn't recognize 50 years ago, when they were coming home. So,
Right. And it's been difficult for me to get out usually on Memorial Day and Veterans Day in the past. I've kind of made a little bit of a effort to do it in areas that aren't so crowded. But for vets
yes.
that are maybe dealing with some of that, you can still places that might not be so crowded that are still going to benefit you. And it's not like a benefit that you really feel like you need to take advantage of, but it is kind of a really sweet moment uh, to know that you're appreciated in that fashion, to kind of get out there and enjoy a meal that on America. It's just unique. And it's weird. It's not like we fought for that, but I remember thinking to myself too, in a lot of ways, that if ever I was a POW, um, no matter what, there's always a table set for me, you know,
Yes.
because when you think about the POW table that's set right now in all the chow halls and in all the all in all the all the chow halls across America on bases,
And
that's
other places. One of the things that,
yeah.
I'm a chef and I do a lot of things. Saturday, I'm doing um, the honor flight, pancakes for patriots. Um, it's this coming Saturday from 8 o'clock till 12. And I always, even if as long as I'm in the kitchen and I'm the chef, I'll always have a POW or a veteran table set up with an empty place setting. And I do it at all. I don't care. The next weekend, I'm doing a holiday party for veterans and seniors, and I'll do that again. It's just something that I do at all the events that I do for military or do.
Yeah, it's amazing. Whatever motivates you, today's the time to get motivated to go out and do something with your family, and
Hmm.
or it's just a great time to be motivated to relax and enjoy. Like I said, sometimes it's actually a day for me to be off. Every day is Memorial Day and Veterans Day to me, because I spend all my time talking to veterans, working with veterans, doing things that incorporate Warrior Built Foundation, the PTSD Foundation of America, Recon Chief Incorporated, many other nonprofit organizations. to include the veteran.
One thing.
And God's in every corner of my
Yeah.
life. Right.
Yeah. I keep telling him, if he keeps taking care of me, I'll keep feeding his kids. And so far, I wake up every day. So, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's an honor to be of service. It really is. It's an honor
Yes.
to find coordinated efforts and the things that really make a difference. And speaking of which, Warrior Built, if you get a chance to check out Warrior Built's posting today, you'll see me, and I had the opportunity to present a veteran with a set of rims and a set of tires, Yokohama tires, and rims to a veteran that he's a Navy corpsman, and missing two legs, and just really needed some stuff because he does still service. And so,
Yeah.
I got to do that a couple weeks ago, but we did it for the Veterans Day reasoning. So if you get a chance, check out Warrior Built's post on that. Really great thing. And if you get a chance, if you need some help and support in the PTSD realm of things, I run 3 PTSD groups a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Matter of fact, today is Tuesday, so tonight, 7 o'clock it kicks off, but at 7:30 really is the group from 7:30 to 8:30. Pre-groups at 7. But hit me up, ask for the link. I don't just put the link out there because I just don't want a bunch of random people popping my group. But if you've already coordinated with me, then I'll put you on that group, and it'll make it pretty good. But those things are important because it's a camaraderie group. It's not necessarily, you would think that this is kumbaya type thing, but there's a lot of groups forming up. I just went to Warrior Built's Warrior group last week. I did my Warrior group last Tuesday at Warrior Built last week. Just some amazing groups that, even hanging out right here with me and Chef, we discussion sometimes.
Yep.
I'm able to storm some stuff off my mind if I need to.
That's it.
And him too. I was able to help him out yesterday with the menu.
Yeah.
It's veterans helping veterans in a lot of ways, but it feels good to help him out because he's helping other veterans out, helping other things out. And he sent me a menu that was basically a picture that he couldn't change, and I was able to throw it through his system and utilize it to just get the system built.
I'm IT challenged. I'm an older one. I thought computers would go away, and they're certainly not. But one of the greatest joys of Veterans Day for me today is I get to wake up in the morning, and I have like 40. I think I had 42 texts this morning with Happy Veterans Day, all sorts of different pictures from loved ones, from friends, from other vets. I mean, it's just, it makes you proud. I mean, it's like going to a Veterans Day parade. I always get a little tear in my eye when they present the flag or sing the anthem. I tear up. I mean, it means an awful lot to me. And I think all veterans, it means a great deal that they gave, they sacrificed, and they're being recognized for that. After Vietnam and what happened there, and today it's like 181 out. I mean, I can't even tell you how bad some of it was in the 70s, and people didn't even want to be recognized as a veteran. So today it's definitely different.
It is. There's a lot of as I listen to you and as I think about it, whatever holiday it is, brings your family together. When you think about Thanksgiving and Christmas, those are holidays for the families. And this is a holiday for the civilians to kind of see what we do, but it's a holiday for us to be able to come together in a family way and kind of coordinate as veterans coming together. And I saw that yesterday, at the Leatherneck Club.
Yeah.
There was more Marines and veterans there than I've seen in a long, long time. And, to see a chosen reservoir veteran get up there and tell his story, was epic. And and listen to that and the camaraderie that still exists. And if you're not there to feel that, you can't really emulate that. You can't imitate it. You can't understand it unless you served. So it's one of those things that just was incredible. And
Yep.
and then to follow it up with Veterans Day, the Marine Corps birthday is on one day, and then the Veterans Day follows right next after it. That's what makes the Marine Corps birthday so special, is because it immediately follows with Veterans Day.
In
So
Veterans Day.
how lucky is that?
Yeah.
That's
2 days in a row.
that's super lucky. So you got that bonus going for you, and then the other thing I want to say, is you mentioned something that was super important. Veterans came back after Vietnam War, and they felt like, hey, they took their uniform off. They thought they were going to wear it pride, and they're like, hey, I don't even want to be recognized as a veteran. And I want to say that a lot of times that falls even with our female veterans today. A lot of them feel like they're not veterans. They don't go get their VA stuff. They don't get a lot of stuff. But I want to say to you, female veterans, thanks for your service to this country. Thanks
Yes.
for
Most definitely. I mean,
your Veterans Day is my Veterans Day. Is thanks for being out there, and please recognize yourself as such. Don't just hold back. I know so many female veterans that kind of disregard themselves as veterans, and they kind of slough it off as if it's not really a true deal, but it is. So make sure you're recognized as that.
There's a lot of advantages to being a veteran today. I mean, look at what healthcare. I mean, healthcare is going astronomical lately. Now they're talking about Obamacare and triple, quadruple what it was when it first started, and it's just unbelievable how high healthcare has become, and prescriptions. All of that stuff's available to the veteran. We have so many different services and advantages to say thank you to a veteran. Disabilities, their claims, I mean, it just goes on and on. Education, how to build a better life, how to continue with your life, borrow for a home, become, a positive citizen of the United States, and flourish with the other ones. We took some time off from our personal life to join the military, serve our country, and there's a lot of rewards for that a lot of veterans, oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, I tried to do that once, or I went to the veterans hospital once. Well, what used to be is no longer, because people recognized it. People have worked to improve it. The country has worked to improve it. And, if I look back at 1974 in retrospect and see it then, see it today, it's 180. And there's so much that we can give the Veterans Transition Resource Center. I mean, we can give you a lot of things as far as to your VA card, your health card, get established. There's just a lot of things that we can do. And, it's so rewarding to kind of see them come, and it really humbles you, because it makes a difference in their life, and you can actually tell that it's making a difference. And that's kind of why we do it. Maybe it makes me proud that I can help a fellow veteran.
Definitely. There is so many things put out there, and so many things going on. There's so many organs that are doing incredible things, and it's great for me to be able to hear about those organizations. And a lot of times I want to bring them on the podcast. I want to have them, I talked to a veteran that's had a rodeo accident, and he's got a nonprofit that helps veterans get involved in the rodeo business, and I want to bring him on and talk about stuff. But he had a situation where his dog needed some help, and was sitting in the RV outside the hospital, and we tried to his way and help him over his location. It's great when these things come together, and it's just always an incredible thing. So there's so many cool things. Hey, I want to take a to just talk about last week, week and a half ago, I was up in Lake Elsinore, helping veterans out, doing a bunch of stuff, and I was able to go to a golf tournament that was put on by Darts Only Golf, and they raised some funds for the Warrior Built Foundation, and Darts Only Golf puts on a phenomenal golf tournament. They are a company that does golf tournaments for any company, any industry, any kind of thing, and they're raising funds for a lot of the nonprofits that I've suggested to them. Matter of fact, we got one golf tournament coming up on the 29th of May down in San Diego, again for the Warrior Built Foundation, but they'll be putting them on for the PTSD Foundation, for Recon Chief, for some of the other organizations that I'm part of in the near future. So I'm looking forward.
We might check with them about coming here for something,
Yeah, they are all over the United States. There's another pathway too for our veterans to have job opportunities. If that's your passion too, we were able to get some veterans that wanted to play golf out on the course to play, and that was good too. So it made a huge difference for them in their lives, because that's their therapy, and you never know, what is their therapy. And so it's really cool to see some of those therapies that kick off and do the right thing and make it happen for them.
Yeah. Usually it's, and I get to get out and bang the ball around and the camaraderie with other veterans. And, Dart has a lot of different paraphernalia. They have, shirts and dry cloths, a lot of stuff, load, hats, and they'll work with your nonprofit and give you a certain percentage of that. And it's just they really care about veterans and raise funds so direly needed to keep our organizations alive.
Exactly. And the guy who runs that, just give you an idea, the sponsors and supporters and volunteers that are involved with these organizations, to have these relationships with them as a, veteran community. And I see the outpour, they have the business smarts that really make these organizations run right. They come in, they make it possible for our veterans to real estate. I mean, we're getting these free meals today. Those organizations are also providing a huge amount of support for these functioning organizations to do what they do. And so, that guy, Tom Gibbons, who runs that, he has been at Warrior Built Foundation. He had guys help put the flooring in for the Swiss track that got down for the mechanics, for the major shop part. He was originally there to ensure that that foundation was good for the PTSD Foundation of America to come into. And from day one, he said, "Hey, I want to make money for this foundation and help it out." So he has finally, came around to make sure that that's the possibility, and that's the direction it goes. And so these guys that we keep in touch with and that we make great relationships with, they really make a difference for us to be able to help our veterans to the utmost of our abilities. And it's just really a cool relationship, because one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to take 12 of something when I only need one. And sometimes that's available.
Yes.
But I need to be very humble and say, "Hey, look, can I please just only take one? And if I need more, can I come to you?" And that's really where it comes to being kind of a really cool deal to help our veterans in a lot of different directions. And on this Veterans Day, there's lots of food out there. going. And so I hope,
Yes, there is.
I hope you're getting some, in those up. It's wherever it's coming from. And then you also get discounts throughout the year, you know, and
Yep.
just coming from, and if you really are truly supporting our veterans, then good on you. That's really a cool deal. You know, it's super
And I'll
awesome to
put it
see
out
that.
there. If you're in the Henderson area, you want to stop and have breakfast. If you can't afford it, don't worry about it. Just let me know. I'm the chef. I'll be there. I help sponsor that program, and never want to see it go hungry. So
I know this for a fact, because I know I've eaten with Chef, I think twice now, with some incredible meals that I haven't paid for.
yep.
And that's because he put on some incredible meals for multiple different reasons, events, that has helped not only the veteran community, but you know, that are coming up through, and it's service to the community, and that's a really incredible thing. It's not just veterans; it's you know, service to the community, Chef. And I'm really honored to be part of your powwow that you let me
Okay.
come and join.
No,
So-
that's really great, because you do a lot of stuff for PTSD and other things that I get to be a part of now. So that's how this works. It's, you know, you don't join one thing, you join, you know, 10 or 15 more things, and then meet other vets and join their things. But it's like it keeps us all together and keeps us grounded and motivated to keep going in life. And because there's always work to do, you know, it never gets any shorter. And one thing that I've learned about the work is it gets easier with more hands. So, you know, that's what we try to do, is keep everybody involved, keep them working, keep them loving. We put love on them, we put love on the community, and it's just really great. I mean, and you especially. I really appreciate you and your family, and so it's really great.
Well, thanks, Chef. Hey, we're gonna close it up here pretty quick, but I just want to say, you know, it's an honor to be amongst veterans, and
Mhm.
it's an honor to amongst you know, veterans doing good and that are bad. And I mean that because there's always room for improvement to
Yeah.
to myself. You know, I constantly learn from my fellow veterans. I'm constantly involved with veterans that are steering me in better direction, and I'm in turn steering them in good direction. But those conversations we have, camaraderie that I have, the ability to have battle buddies at every corner. You know, in the middle of the night, you know, when I had to get my truck, I got my truck at 10 o'clock last night, ended up
Yeah.
calling a lawyer friend of mine to calm my mind down. But, you know, he gave me a lot of good advice. And, you know, it just, you know, when your mind's exploding, when things are going bad and you have so many good people in your corner, things don't go as bad as you thought.
Yeah, that's right.
And so
There you go.
whatever you're doing that finds yourself in a motivational position that shoots you down for a second, just make sure good battles to have in your corner. And on this Veterans Day, you know, if things aren't going that great, just remember, just find those battle buddies, just reach out to them, reach out to me if you have any questions, concerns, please. It's great to be here. It's great to be on this podcast. If this podcast wouldn't exist without JB Brown right now,
Oh,
without,
yeah, it would have.
without Brian Colburn behind the
Yes,
scenes.
Brian Coburn.
Brian Colburn had steered me in this direction way back when. So you talk about veterans helping veterans do things that are way beyond their mindset, capability, all the stuff that I'm plugging in all the time and unplugging at the end of the day. Just an incredible time. So, hey, anything else?
No, just you know, what do you always say?
Hey, until next time, strength and honor.
Strength and honor.
Out.
Thank you.
The only way, and we need nothing more. The only way, together forever, that's for sure.